was a film buff, basically, a film enthusiast. And I went to see movies all the time. I always wanted to write about film. And I read a lot about it, and I wanted to write about it. And I suppose you would say I finally got my wish. Generally speaking, I like to see a movie more than once. I try to recall everything, and I really don't take notes. I've always watched film movies for pleasure. I never had to be forced to watch movies or treat them as necessary work and so forth. There was a theater in New York that used to show Preston Sturges movies, for example. And I got so enamored of Preston Sturges, I could not imagine anyone equaling that kind of feeling of pleasure.
Am I laughing?
Since then, I found hundreds of people. I don't think of people cracking pantheons so much anymore. I just think that people are quite fantastic, and they're all on the same level.
Thank you.
I'm much more, you might say, Catholic in my taste than I've ever been. I have favor. Max O'Fools does something to me that nobody else has ever done.
Ça va aller.
Première partie du spectacle. Les questions. Posez des questions, messieurs, dames. Lola Montez vous répondra aux questions les plus choquantes.
I've been drawn to, quite frankly, to melodrama, to film in which a great deal happens. I was very moved by Out Man Out, and Mason's performance especially. It's worth seeing. It's a very theatrical movie, very emotional.
Justine, where are you?
It's all right, Johnny. I'm here.
Is it far?
It's a long way, Johnny. But I'm coming with you. We're going away together.
It was, for a long time, it was my favorite movie. My tastes have changed over the years. Like right now, my favorite movies are Madame Deux and La Règle du Jeu and the Mitsuguchi, Ugetsu.
案内がのうては分かりますまいと思いましてね。
これはどうも恐れ入ります。
Yeah, those are my three favorites. But, you know, over the years, I have had many favorites. I look at them, and I'm very open to movies now, much more than I ever was. I've opened up around the world. I would rank Wong Kar-wai, with the best of directors I've seen. I think that early thing he did with where he has these still moments, these still moments, is quite fantastic. We were so poor, we were so broke, that we couldn't even afford movies back then, and they were very inexpensive. But we just didn't get to see many movies. There's a family story that I was being wheeled around in my stroller by my mother, and we passed the Marine Theater in around Flatbush. We lived around Flatbush. And I, without any ado, I got up out of my stroller and rushed into the theater. And I was stunned by this alternate universe.
They call me Nozkowski, the whitest color. I told my piano.
And then my mother, came after me, to take me back to stroller. And I raised such a ruckus. Everybody was completely distracted. And so the manager came out of his office and he said, "Look, I'll let you watch the rest of the movie if you keep them quiet,
My dear ladies and gentlemen, please excuse the short delay. There has been a slight technical difficulty.
So I was a real screamer and crybaby in those days.
Memories. Ending up merely a memory would have annoyed the hell out of Justine. Justine Hosnani dominated Alexandria.
I realized very early I had no special talent for directing, certainly. I thought I could maybe write films, but then I realized I couldn't. I wrote the screenplay for Justine. It was made into a movie. It takes place in Egypt. But this was when I was working for Darryl F. Zanuck. I read the literature, I read the thing, and I tried to make a movie out of it. I gave it a plot, and I got into a hassle with Zanuck about that. It wasn't what he wanted. He wanted something that was closer to Durrell. So I was fired from that by Zanuck, yeah. I've been teaching for several years now. It was an excuse to show movies.
Morning. Morning. I'm sorry I'm late. It's one thing a teacher should never be, and that's late for class. Now, you can take your seats.
And I just feel duty-bound to acquaint everyone with all the pleasures that I've had from film. One of the things that I have going for me is the pleasure principle. There's a great deal of pleasure in what I teach. I'm very curious what other people like. What students like, what younger people like, and what they don't get, so to speak. But it's also nice to pass on the feelings that I have, the excitement that these things arouse in me.